All right, so we're live. We are live in all the places. We're live on the YouTube, the Instagram, and we are live inside of Facebook. I've got my girl, Demishia Samuels here, and I am excited to be able to say that we are in the place to talk about corporate hustle and corporate hustle defined. Like, what does corporate hustle mean? I'm Paula Marie, AKA the EbonyBizDiva. I am a visibility coach, and I help clients to work with their brands on how to increase their visibility by tapping into their authentic visual brand voice. We do that through your imaging and your video and your good SEO. And I've got my girl, Demishia Samuels here, who is the CEO, the creator of the Corporate Hustle. And we are all talking about the hustle. We're all talking about being in corporate, working 9 to 5s, juggling this thing of having a job, building a legacy at the same time. So listen, I just thought I'd bring the queen on here to talk about this thing and how we can do it intelligently, right? And softly, like not so harsh, but softly. So I'm going to yield the mic to my girl, Demishia Samuels. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Hey, thank you for having me. Hi, Instagram. Hi, Facebook. Awesome to be here. Like she said, I am Demishia Samuels, LinkedIn strategist, right? And CEO of Corporate Hustle University, where we help working professionals leverage their knowledge to build profitable online brands and businesses. Because what we know is corporate is stable, but not loyal. And we prepare you for the betrayal, right? So why are we corporate hustlers? What is a corporate hustler, right? So there's somebody, if you think about a side hustler and somebody that works in corporate, right? So that's one way of thinking about the corporate hustle, is that you cannot afford to change your lifestyle while you're building out your dreams and your entrepreneurial, endeavors. We unapologetically choose. Some of us don't dislike our jobs. Some of us enjoy what we do. Some of us are okay with our environments, right? But we understand that corporate is stable, but not loyal. And we need to always make sure that we're also building a personal brand that is profitable. So for me, it's about strategically using my knowledge inside and outside of corporate America to always be getting money so that you're really getting money 24/7, right? So whether that is building that actual brand and business that makes money, getting a bigger promotion and management there, or combination of the two, investments, real estate, traditional things. A corporate hustler just feels like the money is the money, and we go where the money is and where it flows to, right? And then we choose to, do what we do with the money, whether that's investments, charity, all the things, but we use our time wisely and strategically to do these things in tandem.
I love it. So this is the thing, where the money resides, people. That's what she said.
Where the money resides.
Because there's this thing during COVID where we had the Great Resignation. And I'm part of that Great Resignation tribe, honey, because I needed to go. It was time for me to go. I should have left a long time ago. COVID helped me to keep my job a little bit longer than I should have. Thank you. But it also gave me the time and the space to really figure out this entrepreneurial life at the same time. But let me tell you this, there's do you feel like there's this thing going on right now where people are like, oh, you need to go into that business full time, you need to leave that job? Like there's this rush, this urgency of pushing people to leave their job prematurely, without a plan, without an exit strategy, and not really giving a lot of love and light to those of us that do. Like, I love my job. I just didn't love the people I work with and I work for. Okay. But I've been doing my thing for 20 years. It's who I am. So I've built this thing up and I love it. So I don't think that we were giving enough love and support to those individuals that did love their job, but still had this thing inside of them, this fire inside of them to build and create. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so there's this thing called an entrepreneur, right? So this is somebody who has the entrepreneurial mindset, but they worked for a company, right? Some companies have tapped into that and used them strategically and put them in places to excel inside of the company. But regardless, that creative side of you will come out, right? Some of us have this thing called insurance. Okay. There's this thing called insurance. There's this thing called stability. Then some of us crave that. And when you're an entrepreneur, especially in the beginning, that those two things are not your friends. Stability is not your friend when you're first building your business. But some of us can't shift our kids around and have it all crazy. We would lose our minds if we had to live in that type of environment. But that doesn't mean that you can't build a business. The internet will always tell you to go full in because some people have a hard time multitasking, right? Like truly multitasking and dedicating things. So there's always going to be that strong one. I always tell people that the people who really, really excel in corporate and then the people who really, really suck in corporate, those are usually the people who tell you to exit stage left immediately. Like if they're really high and they've made the money and they're okay, they're going to go, right? They have the connections. They usually have a career that they could jump right back into if the entrepreneurship fails. So you see a lot of lawyers who will tell you that, a lot of doctors, nurses, careers that are easily you can go back into. But some of us don't have that luxury to jump in and out of our careers that way, right? But that doesn't mean that you can't build a business as well, right? And then the ones at the bottom, you were sucking, you were about to get fired anyway. So you, of course, you're going to go the entrepreneur, you're going to go hard because your bills are late. So you're going to go hard, right? And so there's this middle piece of us that need to be the ones that are the most cautious about making sure we're building the business because you're at jeopardy the most. You're in your comfort zone. And those are the people that I speak to, the ones that are in their comfort zone that I need to shake out of it and say, hey, you need to build a personal brand. You need more than just drips of income coming in randomly when you decide like, oh, I feel like running my business today. No, you need to learn how to automate, systemize, and actually run a business that creates what we learned last week, Paula, FU money. Last 2 weeks ago, we want to create the FU money. And so I built a space for those people who can't just jump out the window immediately and leave their jobs. And it's okay. And you unapologetically can live in both worlds until you decide. Maybe you be like, I don't even want to do this entrepreneurship thing. Or maybe you're like, I don't even want to do my 9-to-5 thing. There's space for you as well over here at Corporate Hustle University.
Yeah. That FU money is good money because when this is a thing, do you know how many Americans have a part-time job or 2 part-time jobs just to make it? So your side hustle is hey, Dr. Stevie just joined. Hey, Dr. Stevie, thank you. Hey, Mona, thanks for coming. Mona was part of my very, very first workshop that I did on Pinterest, like back in the day. So
wow.
Thanks for joining in.
Day one.
Hey, day ones, my day ones are strong. Thanks for coming in. So when you think about, we have these multiple part-time jobs, right? Your side hustle, right? And there's a stigma with that word too, side hustle. But we're building this business so that we can get more stability, so we can generate revenue that is more consistent. Those 2 things that you're lacking in the very, very beginning. So it's important for us to understand that we may have all the things that we need to build the business, but the stability, the stabilization, and the consistency takes time and work. It's like clay that you got to mold to figure out how to bounce back. And then also there's this learning curve of once you figure out what works, something's going to happen. You got to refigure out what's going to work again. Like it's never going to be a constant. So next week, you are having year 5.
5 of them, 5 out here before the pandemic. Before the
pandemic, Sis has been dropping gems in the corporate hustle. Sis has been trying to get us together because I don't know, did you know the pandemic was coming? Because you've been doing this before the pandemic. Like, did you?
So let me tell you quick. The reason that the summit was virtual originally was because it was for working professionals. And I knew you didn't have another PTO day to give up, another playing to get on, to just come and listen to the information provided. But I know that it was needed. I know that it's needed. So I created the Corporate Hustle Virtual Summit for the person that I knew. You waiting on corporate to give you this type of professional development? They're not. You waiting on them to give you this type of personal branding information? They won't. So I knew that it had to be something that was accessible to you in your home where you were. So that's where I started. I was like, I know that they can listen during work. They can listen after. They can, shift and do those types of things. So that's why I made it virtual. And at the time, people were doing live events all the time, and you already had enough conferences to go to in person originally. And I didn't want to add to that. But I wanted to make sure this information that I was learning and using was actually accessible to all of my, high performing professionals, my corporate hustlers out there. Like, I was like, you need to know what they out here in these internet streets doing. I was like, y'all, they out here getting money without us. That's a problem. They getting money without us, y'all. 911, they are getting money without us, and that is a problem, and we need to go partake in this great money that the internet is providing. So that was my call to action, was that, hey, you ain't got to get on no plane, train, or automobile. All I need you to do is turn on the internet and on the channel that you're already on. You're already on Facebook. All I need you already, remember at the time, everybody was on Facebook at work. You're already on Facebook. Okay, so just tune into my group and watch it, right? That's all I asked them to do, was to, invest time in themselves, because you were already used to trading your time for money. And I'm here to show you a different way to trade that knowledge for money instead. And so the summit was my way, my ode to all of my corporate hustlers. It'll always be there as long as it's in my power to make sure that you always are able to access this type of information without having to pay for it. So it's there. It's available. The Corporate Hustle Virtual Summit is May 1st to the 5th. You just go to, I think you put your link in there. It should be in there. I think it's in there. It's in the chat.
Is pinned in the comments on Instagram. It's in the description on Facebook and YouTube. Where did the words or the name Corporate Hustle come from? Because I know a story about somebody that didn't like the corporate hustle, but let's talk about where it came from, and then the fight that you had to fight because
keep it right.
You didn't want it.
So originally, if you go back, you'll sometimes even hear somebody slip up and call me the corporate entrepreneur, right? So I used to be the corporate entrepreneur because I was like, I'm corporate and I'm an entrepreneur, right? But deep down, every day I'm hustling. Rick Ross, I am a hustler day in and day out. I don't mean like an illegal hustler, but at the end of the day, if the bills are due, I'm going to make a way to get it all done, right? And there's not a lot that could take that out of me. The corporate couldn't take it out of me. The entrepreneur can't take it out of me. My mama from Newark. Okay, it's just what it is, okay? So people, though, we're in our soft eras, and I'm married, and I live a soft life, but people have this stigma now, like, oh, you hustle. I want to do everything soft and easy. So a lot of my mentors and everything were like, it's not feminine. It's not soft enough. It's, people won't like it. But I was like, at the end of the day, in these internet streets, baby, you better hustle. Get your money while you can. Put your products and services out there while they're hot, before it fades. This time frame, we don't know how long it will last. You don't know what's going on. So you can be soft at home and live a soft life with the money you make, but you want your business to hustle. You want your money to come to you fast and quickly. Who wants slow money? I don't know about the slow money that they're talking about. I like my paycheck, even when I'm at work, I expect it. And I have an expectation for my internet money as well. And I needed to hustle. Systems better hustle for me. Automation better hustle for me. My team better hustle for me. Things out here better hustle. So that's where it kind of came from. A lot of people, have a trouble with it, but they know what it is. They know they want their money fast. Do the hustle. Think about the good word. Do the hustle. Let's do it. Maybe we sing that song.
I love the corporate hustle. I thought that was like the title just fits, and I'm a hustler. My Capricornism will not let me.
My mom's a Capricorn.
So when it comes to hustling, I think sometimes, depending on your perception, there could be some negative thoughts about hustling, that it's hard, that there's a lot of work. But for me, hustling just means I got a lot of balls that I'm juggling. I'm getting money from all directions, right? I'm not leaving no stones unturned. I'm tapping into every ounce of creativity and gifts that I've been given. So at the end of the day, I'm not a one-trick pony. And in order to be able to maintain and honor all of these gifts, these God-given gifts, I got to manage that. I got to organize that. That takes a little bit of hustle, a little bit of drive, a little bit of creativity. So I love the name. So I
Thank you.
want to go and tap into next week's summit because it's 5 days. Let's talk about 5 free days, y'all. 5 free 99 days. And before I get started, I want to thank Sheila Hill, Anita Richardson, Freeman, Terry Stinson Barnes, and for joining us and coming in. So listen to this. And this is hashtag replay. If you're watching this hashtag replay, let me know which one of these are you in the comments, right? Okay. And if you're listening now, let me know. This is what she said on the page. She said, if you started a side hustle, but it's not making enough money to make it worth the effort, just put not enough money in the comments. Just put not enough money. And if you're on Instagram, let me know in the comments too, if that's you, right? The next thing is, you have tons of ideas in your head that need to be implemented, and you just don't know where to start. Like you working, they draining you, you get home, you forgot what the ideas was, or you too tired to implement. Let me know if you just got ideas in your head. Just put ideas in your head in the comments. Just let me know. The next one, you are still trying to figure out if it's the right time. That was me. I wanted to quit, but I was like, oh, I'm comfortable. I became comfortable with the dysfunction. I became comfortable with the toxicity. I just became comfortable with the abuse. I became comfortable with the lack of respect. So just put time, not the right time. You got too much going on. You got doctor's appointments to go to. You need more money in your 401k. You got to pay off a credit card. You got to get to that promotion. Whatever the reason, just put time. The next one is, a business and work seem like too much. Like, and I'm overwhelmed. I can't. If that's you, put overwhelmed. Right? Now, I took these right off of Demishia's sales page, right? Because at the bottom, she just says, it's time to get out of your own way and begin executing and building your brand. Now, I'm going to say, because she mentioned this earlier, that everything got to be hustling. And in the midst of that, her team got to be hustling. And I'm going to say that the Corporate Hustle Summit can be part of systems that you use to build your team. I feel that in my spirit, what, like in my sha-na-na-na. What you think?
I love it. I love it. It can be summits, all the things. And I love I love that you grabbed that off the page. It's time to get out your own way. Remember, building a personal brand is more than just a business. A lot of us won't build our actual personal brands. Remember, your personal brand comes with you, whether you're inside or outside of corporate America. People know you for something. Back in the day, we called it a reputation. It must be built. And now you have to curate your own personal brand. You can't just rely on people to just assume that they know what you do, assume they know what you're great at, assume they know you're looking for work, assume they know you're selling something. You can't. Your brand has to speak for you, and it has to speak accurately for you. And that's what we're kind of teaching you during this summit, that some people might not build a business after they're done with the summit. But what they'll do is they'll go to work more confidently, because they understand that branding matters, whether you're in the boardroom or you're in you're in the interwebs. It doesn't matter. Your knowledge is your knowledge. It travels with you everywhere, and you need to get paid for it regardless of who's the one paying you. Right. So it don't matter whether you're getting a corporate check or you out here selling e-commerce or you're selling your knowledge. You have to know that your knowledge is worth money. And I built a brand that says I'm strategic, that says that I am solution oriented, that says that I'm a go-getter and I will execute. Now that will take me inside or outside of corporate America, right? But it's not until I tell those stories properly to the right people and put myself in position in rooms that need that type of skill set and will pay for that skill set. And that's what we kind of tap on. We more so do it, like I said, showing you how to build it in the online space, but understand the skills and the knowledge that you get from our summit can be used whether every day. It doesn't matter where you are. These skills are needed and can be used to leverage more money, more income, more expertise and authority in whatever it is you're doing.
I love it. So Candy Connection says, stop talking to me. It's with love, Candy. She's talking to me too. It's like I'm 3 of the things on the page. Okay. Right. I was 3 of the things.
three of them? You 3 of them?
I was 3 of the things on the page.
What about, are you the side hustler, the thought leader, or the wealth builder?
I was I think a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. The side hustler, you know how to get to the money, but it's not consistent.
It's not consistent. And we've talked about that just one-on-one. So Candy, she's stepping on everybody's necks, okay?
Step on them. We stepping on necks all year long.
But we getting to the coin.
We gotta get to the bag. That's what we're doing.
We get to the coin. So talk about who is going to be presenting inside of what's their expertise? What are the types of people that are coming to drop knowledge on us to inspire us to move in a direction that's going to create some motion and momentum for us?
Okay, so first I want you guys to know that I curated this list of people who I've all either worked with personally or I've seen them do what they do. So they are experts in their field. Some of them still work in corporate and do it. Some of them are full-time entrepreneurs. But we talk about systems. We talk about HR. We talk about technology. We talk about general business principles. I know y'all want to know about them tax write-offs. I know y'all want to know about that. Digital branding, Facebook ads, pure branding, money mindset. We got like 2 money mindset coaches that I got to drop some knowledge on you. We have someone who built a children's book empire or is building her children's book empire, video marketing. Paula, of course, is always there. I have all of hers that she's ever been interviewed for are in when you upgrade to VIP, you'll see all of Paula's. And then we have somebody who just works, but I'm about to show you how her knowledge, she does systems experiences for a major top 100 company or 50 probably in the US. And she's the senior manager for that. And I'm showing you how you can use the corporate knowledge that she has, that she's executing in your businesses. And then funnels. Yeah, we got some of everything. We making sure that you are good to go in these streets, in these internet streets, for right now. And when you upgrade to VIP, you unlock all 4 years, the best of the 4 years. So every year the VIP gets better because I give you the best of the previous years. So that would include we get down on that credit. The stuff that y'all are paying for to learn about business credit, understand people was dropping them gems for free in my first summit. And I always include that, like what you need, the things that they're charging you all for. And this year, Demishia, I come and give you all things LinkedIn always, but now I'm coming to bring you AI and some other personal branding things. So I dropped 3 keynotes throughout the week to make sure you're getting information. And I know my 3 keynotes is worth more than a bag of chips and then some. So it's definitely worth your time. But yeah, the lineup is fire. I love my speakers, so I'm really excited about them. Check the page if you want to know their names, but all of their expertise are there.
Baby, let me tell you that AI alone. I was with Demishia like 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, for her first live event.
Since the pandemic, we out here, we back in these streets.
We back in these streets, honey. We moving and shaking and supporting each other. And the AI piece blew me away, because we hear so much about AI, but there's still this fear for me. Let me speak for me, of using AI and how to use it, right? So the AI alone is worth the free ticket. Now let's talk about the replays, because people will be at work. We are talking about the Corporate Hustle Summit. So we are talking to your core ideal clients, are those entrepreneurs that are still working a regular job. Will they have access to the replays?
Hey, see, yes, they will. My daughter wanted to come bring you her poppy purse, but yes, they will have access to the replays. We always want to make sure that you have an opportunity to see anything that you missed. So when you upgrade yourself to the VIP experience, not only do you get the replays, but you'll also get a private Q&A with me. You get some other bonuses, including like my book that I just dropped, Corporate Hustle Survival Guide. And then my speakers always drop in more gifts. So you get to be in the giveaways. We have about 10 gifts to give away, from LinkedIn strategy sessions to actual physical bags from the I Am Enough event, to books that we're giving out. So your experience is upgraded, and you get to watch it all leisurely. So if you don't, you need to pause it in between your meetings, you need to go back, you need to see it, you get the transcripts. You just get an upgraded, elevated experience. And most of my corporate hustlers, you always want an upgraded, elevated experience, and you always want to be on your time, and you want to be able to rewind and take good notes for the information that you're getting. So when you're watching it live and it's streaming, you might have missed that nugget, and we don't want you to. And so you'll have the opportunity in the replay to rewind it over and over again, so that you don't miss the nugget when your daughter comes and brings you the poppet purse like mine did, right? You don't want to miss the nugget. So I could pause my replay and play it again and again and again. So yeah, it definitely is to your advantage to upgrade yourself to the VIP experience. I absolutely pour a lot into my VIPs, as well as the summit attendees, but you'll get in the live Zooms with me, asking questions. Accountability is inside of there, because when you're VIP and you get this information, I'm not just gonna let you be like, I went to the summit and I didn't do anything. Or we following up, because we want to know, what did you do? Where are you at in your journeys? So it's definitely an experience to be in the VIP club with us over there at the Corporate Hustle Virtual Summit.
Yeah, so the link is pinned inside of the IG live, and it is also in the description of the YouTube and the Facebook, because we all over these internets, okay? We got to support each other. Now, Anita says, whoop whoop, congrats again on your book. We have another speaker that is inside of the Facebook group, Miss Jalen Jones. She gave us a big heart supporting. Like, we move like a tribe, y'all. That's how we move, okay? You want to be part of a supportive group of women that is going to help push you, help validate you, help center you, and give you some laughs and some giggles, and give you a place to lay your head if you need to. We're all, actually last week or a week and a half ago, it came up that one of our common entities was Coach Sade Wadu. Yes. There were so many speakers in the room that I'm connected to Demishia and Jalen with Dr. Sade Wadu. And the reason I brought her up is because Candy Connection says that she's all about them copious notes, but she also said she wants it to be perfect. And Demishia, what does Dr. Sade Wadu say about that word perfect? What did she say?
Done is better than perfect.
Done is better than perfect.
Done it all. Done it all. Done it all. Better do it. Call me done.
Done is better than perfect, but realize that nothing is perfect. No matter how, even if the way you planned the thing goes exactly the way you planned the thing, because we are entrepreneurs, we are creatives, we're going to think of other things that we need to do, that we can tweak, that we can add, that we can take away, because that's how progress works. There has to be some type of movement in order for us to move into progress. Demishia, what do you want to leave with the folks about the virtual Corporate Hustle Summit, May 1st through the 5th? 5 days, y'all, 5 whole days. How many speakers? 5 days? How many speakers?
5 days, over 20 speakers that I interview for this. It's a labor of love every year. And I even did this during the pandemic pregnant, right? So you guys, through the years, right? I've done this so many times, and so many, you guys got to get the VIP just to see my different hairdos through the last 5 years. Okay. Just to see how many hairdos I done had over the last 5 years during this summit. From the wigs to the other days to the wraps. It's a whole thing by itself. It's a whole movement just to see how many hairdos I don't have when you're VP. But no, really, I want to first thank you, Paula, for wait, are we EbonyBizDiva? Paula.
I'm EbonyBizDiva on this one because I got so many gifts. I got
I always call you Ebony. For years, I call her EbonyBizDiva. And then one day she told me her name was Paula. And I was like, who is Paula? Like, who is that? But I was like, who are you? But she was like, it's me, EbonyBizDiva. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, but yeah, nonetheless, thank you for inviting me to hang out with this community. I'm a member of it, so I'm excited to be able to bring information and value. Instagram, as always, you guys are cool. But what I want to leave you with is, remember this, that you are worth so much more. They'll never be able to pay you your worth. That just doesn't happen, right? Human worth is not a price tag, but your knowledge and your information in the right place at the right time is valuable, should be valued, and you should charge for it. Remember, it doesn't matter if you are in your comfort zone or not. Corporate is stable. Yes. If you work for them, they're going to give you your paycheck every 2 weeks, but they are not loyal. Okay. That's not their job to be loyal. Their loyalty lies to the bottom line, to the EBITDA. And you are not a part of that EBITDA equation when you don't fit anymore. And what you need to do is always be prepared, always keep your head on a swivel when it comes to this. And so I want you to join the summit to get that nugget, to get that gem, to get that information you need to get unstuck, to move and to execute, right? So whoever you need to meet, whatever you didn't know, some new information, the trends, the information, whatever it is, you're going to hear it. It's going to trigger you to move, and we'll be right there to help you execute, right? So make sure that you join, because again, it's complimentary. It doesn't cost. It really doesn't. It costs you your email address. It costs you your email address. That's it. Your name, you can put a fake name in there if you want, but your name and your real email address is all we require for you to be an attendee for it. I know that you're enough. And I just want to make sure that you get the information and the knowledge you need to get unstuck, to let that perfectionism go, and to actually execute, and, let your let your brilliance just shine. So thank you for having me.
No worries. I'm so glad we were able to get it together. We got some new people that have come in. Micah Laro and Queen Mooney have jumped in. I want to leave you with the questions, that the corporate hustle questions. This is how you know if this event is worth it for you, if it's time for you to put your digital currency of your name and your email on the dotted line. I'm going to leave you with these questions, okay? Answer me, even if you're #replay, because I'm going to get those notifications and I'm going to circle back around to you. But are you, or have you started a side hustle, but it's not making enough money to make it worth the effort? Like, you're like, I'm doing it, but I can't figure out how to make the income and the revenue consistent and substantial, right? If that's you, just put revenue, because revenue is your struggle, right? But that may not be your struggle. You might be good. Maybe you have tons of ideas in your head that need to be implemented and you don't know where to start. So you're this creative, but you can't land the idea to be able to move on it. If that's you, simply type in the comments, idea. right? Because we as creatives, we get that way. Like we're not creative for no reason. And it's nothing wrong with your creativity. We just got to land on one thing first, and we got to make that work. And what I've learned about that is sometimes this thing that's so far over here that you can't get to connect to this thing over here, if you just focus on this thing right here, it will grow and sprout roots and connect to the other. Like all the things will align. So they're not, your ideas aren't as separate and divided as you might think they are. So if that's the case for ideas, the next thing is you are still trying to figure out if it's the right time to start the business. Like you don't know if you have that capacity. You've got other things going on. I know the corporate hustle is going to help you organize and implement a plan, a contingency plan. Okay. So just put right time, question mark. And then the last thing is a business and work, they seem like too much and you feel overwhelmed thinking about it. You just need to join the corporate hustle tribe so that we can take away that overwhelm and really help you to understand, first of all, you're not by yourself. And second of all, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that your products and services deserve to be seen and shown because you have clients and customers that are waiting for you. They are waiting for your products and your services to help them. So grab your free ticket. The link is below. Thank you, everybody that joined in. Thank you so much, Demishia, for always showing up.
Thank you. Always for you, Paula. I can't wait to be in the DMV hanging out.
No dates. Because I'm about to go to happy hour right now. Okay. All right.
I love it. All right. Thanks, you guys.
Have a good one.